Okay, awesome. Thank you everybody for coming. I'm really excited to have been able to put together this little class on essential oils for dogs and pets. I threw in some things for cats there too, because I know a lot of people have multi-pet homes. So this is just a little bit about me. First of all, I am a essential oil educator as well as a health and wellness coach. But I really love doing things with pets as well. Um, so this has been near and dear to my heart. I also walk dogs in the afternoons, so I've gotten to see some things that kind of arise with with people's pets often, and it had me do a deeper dive into some of these oils as well. So I also want to state as well, everything that I have listed here is referenced from a couple of different books that I have. I included it down below if anyone wants to look into those. Also, a few other veterinarians that work with essential oils. Janet Roark, I think is how you say her name. She does a lot with essential oils and pets, and you can check out her website as well and get more details from there. I've been using essential oils for quite a while now, and I just immediately love them. Um, I have been using them on myself and just notice a big benefit whenever I use an oil and my cat will come around or the dogs will come around. So um, it's been cool to witness. So we will get started here. The main thing I'm going over is just the key oils that are good places to start and good to have in your toolbox. These oils are very versatile and they can be used for multiple different instances and ailments with your pets. So how to get started with them? So you always want to start small and you want to monitor your pet's response. So when you're using the oils, you want to dilute them. These are a very strong uh, and powerful medicine, so to speak. It's plant medicine. And so you want to dilute for your pets. And there is a dilution chart below, so we'll chat about that. Each pet is different. Some may be more sensitive than others. So it's fun to take some time and discover which oils are best for your household and which your pets love the most. So there's three different ways that you can use essential oils with your pets. Topically, by applying it to their fur when it's diluted, and wherever it is that your pets prefer touch. I will put in a quick note that occasionally the ears are a good place to apply oils for dogs, but if your dogs have long floppy ears, like a Cocker Spaniel kind of thing, you might want to be more careful about applying oils to their ears because it can get in their eyes. Now, if their ears are up here all the time, that's not really going to be a problem. And then aromatically, so you can apply or add drops to a diffuser. And for the first time introducing your pet to diffusing oils, you can start with 1 or 2 drops, do it for about 10 minutes, and just kind of observe their response. You always want to make sure that the room is left open so that they can leave if they don't like it, or if a couple things that you want to look out for is any, if they're squinting their eyes or maybe they start sneezing, something like that, then that's probably not an oil that your pet will enjoy. So just keep an eye on things like that. And then orally, and this is mostly for larger dogs, you can put oil mixed into their food. You can dilute it, put it in a capsule if they're good at swallowing pills. So those are a few ways that you can introduce your dogs to essential oils. Another note, I only use pure, high grade, high quality essential oils, and that is key. So I only use doTERRA's essential oils because I know their entire process. I know that they have their own supply chain for all of the essential oils that they create. They have their own farms. They see everything from the beginning to the end of the process. They do an extensive amount of testing. They know exactly the percentage of chemical components that are in these bottles of oil to make sure that they are always working well every time and working to their fullest potential. The plants that these oils are extracted from is are they those plants are grown in um, the perfect environment for them to have just enough stress to produce um, the proper therapeutic response necessary. So it boosts the immune system of these plants essentially, so that what you're getting in the bottle is um, therapeutic grade and tested. So a lot of oils that you see out in the market, like if you go to Target or Whole Foods or anything that you see on the shelves, um, those aren't going to be as pure and tested to um, the level of doTERRA. A lot of times, essential oils can be made and mimicked in a lab by pulling together the similar chemical components so that it smells the same, but it's definitely not the same. So I only recommend using doTERRA oils because I know exactly what they are and what they're going to do, and that they're going to work efficiently every time. So with that out of the way, let's dive into it. I started with lavender because it's just so good for so many things. I have a family dog that was just really hyper all the time. He'd come up to you on the couch and just start barking at you for no reason, just start barking at you. He was a little chaotic, and he had a lot of energy and wasn't very easily calmed. So I started taking my lavender oil, putting a few drops on my hands, letting it absorb into my hands, um, and then letting the dog smell from my hands. And he immediately calmed down, laid down on the ground, and started playing with his toy and was pretty chill. He stopped barking. So that alone, I was like, hey, this stuff really works. Um, and I would put some on my hands, let it absorb into my skin a little bit. And the reason I say that is that's um, another way to dilute it, is letting it absorb into our skin a bit, and then petting your dog with the oil. So it eases anxiety, it reduces excess barking, it encourages rest and calm. So it's something that can be diffused while your pet is sleeping. And topically, it's really good for insect bites and any kind of allergy behaviors that are coming up, because the chemical components in lavender are actually a natural antihistamine. Oh, I put histamine there, so my apologies, antihistamine. It also helps to repair the skin as well. So any like little itchy spots, you know, you can dilute the oil and apply topically to those spots. Another really good one, especially for diffusing, is Balance. This oil is an oil blend. So there is already some coconut oil in this bottle, and it has a multiple amount of different oils, one being frankincense, which we will talk about soon as well. Um, so this one is a really good one to diffuse also for anxiety, for comfort. It works very well alongside the lavender. Um, and it's something that's really good that you can do if your pet is anxious when they're home alone. You can diffuse the lavender and the Balance after you've tested it out and see how much they need, what works for them, and then have that going while you're gone for the day to keep them calm, feeling grounded and comfortable. Another thing that you can do is you can put those two oils, the lavender and the Balance, you can put a couple of drops on their bed, or a toy, something that they like to have around them all the time. And that's another way for them to get exposure to these oils and keep them feeling calm and secure. digestin. This is a great one. So, especially in the springtime, you're going to see your dogs going out there and be like, oh my gosh, grass, I need to eat all of the grass. So this one, if you're noticing they really want a lot of grass, that's usually because they're trying to soothe something in their stomach. The digestion is very helpful for this. Upset stomach and gas, you can apply to your hands. So this is the oil bottle that I have pictured, but it also comes in a roller bottle, kind of like you would imagine like perfume that you would roll on. It's looks like that. And it's already diluted with fractionated coconut oil. And we'll chat about that a little more later too. But the digestin that's already pre-made into the roller bottle, you can put that on your hands and then you can allow the dog to smell and lick this off of your hands. And that is going to help ease their stomach. Another thing that you can do is apply that dilution to their belly. This can also help with like nausea, and yeah, just any kind of stomach issues. Digestin is a really great one. Copaiba is another really great oil. I mean, I love them all. I'm going to say that about all of them. Copaiba is not an oil that people are generally familiar with, but it comes from a resin, a tree resin, essentially. And it works in the body the same way as CBD would. So it works with those same receptors and it's helpful for dogs as well. So this is going to help a lot with reducing joint discomfort. It's also very calming. It helps reduce anxiety. It's a high antioxidant, so it could be used as an oral supplement as well, a drop mixed into the food. And again, this depends on the size and weight of your dog as to how much you would administer. So it's always good to check your references. And it boosts the immune system. So this is a good oil for longevity. Again, the lavender, the balance, reducing stress, also good for longevity, which is why I like to mention those oils most. So copaiba is great, especially again for joint discomfort. It can be applied topically, especially for older pets. You can apply that to the area of concern. Okay, I know I said I love all the oils, but the frankincense is literally, it's called the king of essential oils. It's amazing for pets and humans alike. So when in doubt, I even put that on there. When in doubt, use frankincense. If you're not sure where to start, use frankincense. This one, #1 oil for longevity for pets. So this assists and repairs minor skin conditions. It helps ease itching as well. And again, this is just a small snapshot of how helpful this oil is. It's calming, it's grounding, it encourages long life through healthy cellular activity. So I'm going to try to remain kosher here and not say too much, but I'll let you put the pieces together, is what I'm trying to say. So this helps reduce any type of growth in the body that shouldn't be there. So things like tumors and cysts and other types of illnesses that are problematic for pets and humans. It's the thing that no one wants to get. Yes, this is very good for healthy cellular activity. So any type of healthy cellular growth, this is gonna help you out there. It helps with joint discomfort, it reduces inflammation, just such a good oil. As I've been looking through one of my references, which is called Spoil Your Pet, this is all about like a practical guide to essential oils for pets. And the main thing under longevity in general, actually the only oil that was referenced under longevity that is a must is frankincense. Yeah, I could go on about that one for a while because I really love frankincense. Okay, cardamom. Not generally an oil that people think about very often, but this one has come up a lot in the realm of healthy pets. So, cardamom helps with digestion. It helps increase appetite. You know, maybe if your pet is sick, it'll help increase the appetite. It can be applied to the belly. It can be diffused as well. This one boosts immunity and also helps support a healthy respiratory system. So it's a decongestant and it's also an expectorant. So if your dog snores a lot, or they, cough, or they're coughing up things, the cardamom can be helpful. This one is also very good for healthy tissues and cells. So you guys know what I mean. These are really good daily oils that can be used. Well, the frankincense is daily, but you could use the cardamom every day as well. And in the formulations that I looked into for dogs, the lavender, copaiba, frankincense, cardamom, those were 9 times out of 10 included in the list for a remedy for particular ailments. A couple more things here, keeping it short and sweet. So these are more supplemental. The Terrazyme capsules is a digestive enzyme encapsulated supplement that doTERRA provides that can be opened up and mixed in with their food or mixed in with a treat. If you do those little like peanut butter lick mats, or you make frozen treats that you mix things together, and you can mix it in with that as well. But this one just really helps support digestion and proper absorption of nutrients. So it kind of goes in there and helps clear out the stuff that's not supposed to be, so that the nutrients that need to get in there have space to do so. This one's really good for overall longevity as well, because when we're keeping our gut healthy, this is for humans too, we're keeping our gut healthy, we're absorbing our nutrients better, we feel better, and all of our systems run more effectively. So the Terrazyme is a really great one and easy to administer. It doesn't really have any flavor, so it's pretty easy to sneak into the food. Now, another supplement, most people know that omega-3s are very helpful for their pets, especially if they have an itchy coat, or they're shedding a lot, or maybe their coat is dull. Omegas can be helpful for that. It also is just a very key tool for overall longevity of the pets. It helps all of our systems function properly. Again, I said our, but it's helpful for humans and pets. This is actually a supplement designed by doTERRA for kids. So it's a drinkable omega-3 liquid. Now, I will say that it is orange flavor. Some dogs really don't care. Pour that over their food, they will still eat it. If your dog is sensitive to that, this might not be the best thing, but you can always start small until the flavor doesn't really bother them anymore. But most of the time, that's not an issue. But you guys all know your pet's best. So yeah, those are the main things that are really helpful to have in your toolkit for your dogs. Now we'll talk about dilution. So when I say dilution, I mean that you're taking the pure, 100% pure essential oil, and you are mixing it with a carrier oil, like fractionated coconut oil, which is the one that I recommend, because it binds really easily with the essential oil. It won't stain your clothing. Pure essential oils won't stain your clothing either. So it just makes it really easy. Plus, it's I think I said this already, but it's very easily absorbed into the skin. So for dogs, you want to use 1 to 7 drops of essential oil per teaspoon of carrier oil, which is a 1 to 4% dilution. That's the general rule. However, for specific ailments, different dilutions may be recommended. So it's always good to have a reference and trusted source that you can go to for specific ailments. Again, I can't say how much I really love this book because there is stuff in here for dogs and cats for pretty much everything. There's first aid, which I'm thinking about doing a class on first aid for pets as well. There's just, grooming, basic care, but there's also things like lumps, bumps, cysts, cancer, which is what I was, which is a big one. Everyone wants to ensure that they are doing what they need to prevent this for their pets. And organ support. There's so many good things in here. And it feels really good to begin to take some of the power back into your own hands on for your pets and ensuring that you know what to do in certain situations. That goes a long way. I also put in dilutions for cats in there because I know most people, a lot of people wind up having a cat there in the mix. So if you're beginning to introduce your dog to essential oils and you are diffusing around your dogs, make sure that you're paying attention to your cats as well. And again, leaving the doors open, making it easy for them to come and go from the room that you're diffusing, and start small. 1 to 2 drops in the water for your essential oil diffuser. And I will say on cats that diffusing goes a long way for cats. There's also some recipes that I have where you can mix essential oils into baking soda and then you add it into their litter box every day so that when they go in there, they're being gently exposed to those oils like the frankincense and the lavender and the copaiba, those longevity oils that you want your pet to be exposed to every day. And that's a really easy way for cats to get exposure. Cats can be a little more sensitive on smell. There'll be times when I will open up a bottle of oil and my cat is sitting next to me and she will dart across the room as soon as it enters her nose. She's like, "What was that? It was strong. Hold up." But with diffusing, she does just fine. So, but cats tolerate things a little differently. So on the dilution, you need 0.5% to 2%. So generally, it's going to be half of what you would give to a dog. And the dilution for dogs is also going to be dependent on their size. So if you have a small dog, you could even drop down further to 0.5 to 2% for them. Much larger dogs, you can do about 4%. So just play around with it, see what they like. And it's good to remember that it's better to use small amounts more frequently than a lot at once. So the way that essential oils work is they come in and, well, for humans anyway, 1 drop of essential oil is powerful enough to service every cell in your body 400 times over, which is insane. It blows my mind. So services the body 400 times over. I'm not sure what that is for dogs, but you get the idea. So you really don't need that much. However, it doesn't stay in your system very long. This is a natural substance in its purest form. So it's going to come in, it's going to contact with all your cells, it's going to do its thing. And then you can add a little more, do it again. So again, it's better to, do something 3 times a day than to do that full dose at once. It's not going to be as effective for your pet. And then I added in a couple other tips there as well. You can try adding the oils to your pet's bedding. And when traveling, you can put it in their carrier, on the blanket, in the car to keep them calm. Probiotics are always really helpful for additional stress support. Studies have shown that adding in probiotics to your dog's diet will help reduce cortisol and keep them calmer. So that's also another um, longevity tool as well. Anytime we're reducing stress, we're boosting our our longevity. And another good tip is there is an oil blend called TerraShield that you can mix about 10 drops in water, about 16 ounces of water, and you can spray that around your house, you know, inside and out, and that will help prevent fleas. Um, some people will dilute this and apply topically to their pets um, to help prevent fleas as well. So just a few things to consider, and that's about it. That's everything I have, and I'm happy to share this PDF with anyone. You can scan this QR code as well and search for these oils there. There was an issue with the actual, usually it'll take you right to these specific oils, but it wasn't letting me do it today. So I'm happy to send that along to anyone. And I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing my screen and answer any questions that people might have. Yes, I had someone say that they love the frankincense for everything, which absolutely. And I'm gonna drop in the chat a link for doTERRA if you want to check out these oils. Again, you can message me, text me, and I can send that along to you as well. There's actually a promotion going on right now too. So if you want to get this is the promo code. If you want to get a lavender touch roller for free, you can use this code. And that's a really good one to have in your pocket to use with your pets to keep them calm and happy. I like having the roller bottles in, you know, in my purse. And if something kind of comes up, I can use that. Yeah, so I'll open up to if anyone has questions or anything that they would like to add.
I was just gonna say lavender because my dachshund likes to eat bees. Apparently, bees are tasty.
Yes, one of the
And
dogs that I walk always tries to eat bees, and I'm like, no, no, no.
well, she got stung really bad, and I put
Oh,
lavender on the inside of her gums, and then it
mhm.
really took down that swelling.
That's amazing. That's a good
So,
tip.
especially
Good
for
to know.
spring.
Yes, good one for spring.
I will keep that in mind because my dog just recently did that and I was like, "What happened to your face?" And so lavender, okay. I was really interested also the what you said about the omega
Hmm.
because my son was just talking to me about his boxer and how he had to take him to go get some type of shots because I guess he's got like really itchy skin. He's constantly scratching, and so they took him to go get. I'm not sure what type of shot, maybe like a. I have no
Cortisone
idea,
or something.
but yeah, something like that. And so, right now that you mentioned it, and I wonder if it's just a specific type of breed. Dogs with shorter hair that go through that.
Hmm.
And if it also has to do with their digestion issue, like if maybe something's not digesting because the enzymes really caught my attention for them too.
Yeah, those
So
are
I'm
good
wondering if
ones
it,
to do.
like together.
I'm sorry, you're lagging a little bit. Those are good things to do on a regular basis. You're right. A lot of times, itchy skin can be a sign of a food allergy, especially if you've changed their food and now they're really itchy. That could be the food. but using the omegas, like pouring that over the food a bit, adding in the Terrazyme, and then you know, we talked about diluting with oil, but you could also like make a uh like a spray kind of, and you know, use that with some of the oils. You know, the lavender is good for itchy skin. That one's the antihistamine properties. So, and frankincense, I'd say start with those. But yeah, pretty much, and the copaiba too. Those are all good for itchy skin. So have to kind of try it out and see what works best for his dog.
I'm gonna let him know. Thank
Yeah,
you so much,
those are good
Alicia.
ones. You're welcome. All right. Anyone else have any questions or possibly things going on with their dogs? It doesn't have to be about what we talked about. It could be other issues that I'm happy to look up in my book and kind of lend some insight if that's helpful for you. Okay, cool. Well, we will wrap it up here. Like I said, short and sweet. And I can send this PDF to anyone that would like it. And if anything pops up, any questions, behaviors that you're maybe noticing with your pets, I am happy to assist. And like I said, I'm thinking of doing a first aid for pets class as well too, because it's always great to have things on hand. And like I said, taking things into having a little more control and knowing what's going on is really great as a pet owner. So, okay, well, toodles, and everyone have a great night.